Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together. I have inspirational shorts and quotes and workout, running, and fitness shorts. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like and subscribe, but most of all, do not forget to share. For those of you returning, happy Thursday. Luckily, today is my Friday, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's going to be a great day. Had my Starbucks, so we're off to a good start. So I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Let's go ahead and get into the word. Today we're going to be reading from the book of James. And when I was reading this last night, I started laughing because I said, this kind of hits home with a lot of things that's going on today. It even hits me personally because of what I do. And it was just something to think about. So it's James chapter 3, verses 1 and 2. And I'm going to go ahead and read that as soon as I find my glasses. It states, and this is James talking, James says, "Not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. We all stumble in many ways. Anyone who is never at fault in what they say is perfect, able to keep their whole body in check." And I read it about 2 or 3 times. And it made me think of people, pastors, preachers, and even in my position. I'm not a pastor or a preacher. I didn't go to school for any of this. I'm simply sharing the word and helping to encourage people. But I'm sure there are a lot of people from my past that if they were to see this, they would judge me very harshly and say, from the things you've done in your past, you have no business talking about God or the Bible. And if that's how they feel, fine. That's a them problem, not a me problem. I know what I've been through. I know my testimony. They don't. So it is true what James is saying. Those of us that are teaching or spreading the word or encouraging people, some of us should not do it for a living. And I'm not doing this for a living. This is not my source of income. This is something that I simply enjoy. But people like pastors and reverends, evangelists, some of those people like that, some of those people don't need to be doing it. Honestly, if you follow on social media, there's so much crazy stuff about what some of these pastors are doing. And it's been going on for years. But of course, they're going to be judged more harshly because if you are a person walking in the faith, you know it's hard. So if you're a pastor or whatever and you mess up, people are going to be super critical of what you're doing. They're like, oh, you're a pastor, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, they feel that just because you're in that position that you should be held to a higher standard. Here's the thing, they shouldn't be putting pastors on pedestals because they're human beings just like you and me. They're going to make mistakes. They're at fault for a lot of things, just like we are. So I feel like the titles, people want to hold people in higher esteem because of a title, but you can't let a title throw you because even though this person is a pastor, they are still first what? A human being, and they're flawed. And I think it's unfortunate that people like to judge because that's human nature. That's what we do. We judge. I don't try to judge. What I would say, I'm not going to put a pastor on a pedestal ever, but I would say if you are going to take on that job, you may want to conduct yourself in a certain manner. That's all I would say. But there are some pastors out there that are just doing the most craziest things I've ever seen. Pastors dressing up like women. I mean, I'm just like, what is going on here? And it almost makes you not want to go to church because it's just a bunch of craziness in there. And so James is saying, not many of us should become teachers. Just because you're good at speaking publicly doesn't mean you should become a pastor. Maybe you should just become a public speaker and do something else. But again, those of us, like I said, even me, are going to be judged harshly. I'm pretty sure if someone from my past life, when I was out in the streets doing crazy stuff, saw me doing this now, they'd probably have all kinds of nasty comments to say, and that's fine because they don't know what I've been through, and that's okay. I'm not blaming them because they have to work that out between them and the Lord. That has nothing to do with me. I know my testimony. I know what I've been through. But again, people are going to judge you. You know, even if you get saved and become a new person, people are still going to judge because they're like, a lot of people feel, oh, folks don't change. Nobody can change. They're just stuck and set in their ways. That's not true. People can change, but not of their own volition. They can change with the help of the Lord. That's who helps and strengthens us and help us change our ways. But a lot of people, They don't even believe in that. So they'll just keep thinking, oh, you're still the same person. You're just putting on fronts and airs. Again, that's their problem. If they don't want to believe it, that's fine. That has nothing to do with you. You keep living your best life. The second part is, and this is true, James said, we all stumble in many ways. And we do because we're human. He says, anyone who is never at fault and what they say is perfect, able to keep their whole body in check. And we know that is not a thing because nobody on this earth is perfect. People try to seek perfection, but they never will because it's an unattainable goal. Because this world is broken. So nothing in this world will be perfect. It can be almost close to acceptable, but it's never going to be perfect. There is only one who is perfect, and we all know who that is. So just reading this, it kind of made me think about what I do. I'm sure people are judging me for doing this, just like people are judging pastors and evangelists and reverends for what they do. Again, my thing is if you're going to take on that position, no matter what your past has been, because only you know your testimony, I would say let's just be mindful of how we conduct ourselves if we're going to take this position. Again, for me, it's not my livelihood. I do this because I enjoy spreading the word and encouraging people. But if there even slightly a chance that a pastor or reverend watches this, which I'm sure they wouldn't, and they wouldn't care because I'm a nobody, but if they were, my advice to them would be if you're going to be in that position, let's conduct ourselves in a way so that non believers will want to gravitate towards us and not be pulled away like so many are, because there's so many people representing Christians in such a negative way. You wonder why non believers don't want to have anything to do with us because they call us hypocrites. We're not hypocrites, we're human. Now, I'm not excusing any of their behavior, but we all are faulty. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. But let's just be mindful of how we conduct ourselves. All right. Again, this was from James chapter 3, verses 1 through 2. Y'all know what I like to say. Don't take my word for it, read it for yourself. I love you guys. I hope this blessed you and encouraged you. And Lord willing, I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great one. Bye bye.